Well, Apple had its big reveal yesterday, like they do every year, and Twitter was oddly silent on the matter.
Yeah, and some others were not so silent on it. On the KOGO News Live Line this morning, San Diego State University marketing lecturer Steve Osinski. And Steve, one of the big changes is something they actually took away, the headphone jack. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, good morning, Ted and LaDona. I'll tell you the truth. There were some definite changes that I'll address, but Apple, above all else, is a wonder in marketing. And sometimes they market very proactively, and why Twitter and other social media was a little bit more silent is sometimes what they're marketing is not all that important after all. I don't mean that disrespectfully, but let me share with you what they've taken away. They've taken away the headphone jack, so now going forward, Apple is going to be requiring Bluetooth kind of earplugs to work. And ironically enough, Apple is going to be introducing their own earplug in October called the AirPod, and the AirPod is going to retail for about $159. From a business end, it's going to be very lucrative for Apple because in order to buy the AirPod, which is going to be the best sound system you can get with the new iPhone 7, it's additional revenue for the company.
Well, we get that it's additional revenue, but I mean, I remember times when Steve Jobs would do these big reveals and people were extremely excited because he introduced products that you didn't even know you needed to have. And that doesn't seem to be happening anymore.
No, I mean, again, part of this is just as a company matures, you can only invent new technologies and new services that frequently. For example, it's wonderful that the new iPhone 7 is water resistant. They're not clear on if it's waterproof or water resistant, and there is a big difference on that. One you can swim with, one you can drop in the water and it comes out okay. But the challenge is that the Samsung Galaxy phone has been water resistant and out for about 2 years already. So it really was Apple catching up. They've done some cool things. Their iPhone 7, for example, which they have two versions of it like the iPhone 6. They have the flagship regular size phone model and then a larger model called the iPhone 7 Plus, which we in the industry are calling the phablet. It's a combination phone and tablet. It's cool technology, but really nothing all that new this time around.
Well, what about the new watch?
Okay, the new watch is interesting. There they got some good storylines to talk about. It's the Series 2 Apple Watch. First off, the Apple sales on watches have not been as successful because a lot of people are really having self-doubts about wearable devices right now. They are unequivocally the market leader in the watch or wearable marketplace, but the sales have not really been as high as they wanted. What they've announced on the new watch are a couple of things that may be attractive. First, it's faster, got a better processor, has built-in GPS. Those are good tools. Some of the challenges that they have with it are they have, as I mentioned, GPS is in it. But with Google Maps, people have GPS anyhow, and they can get that on the watch before that. Some cool things they offer are an SOS mode. So if you become incapacitated or fall or hurt yourself using your watch, you can now signal for help. That's very important for select audience members. And then on the total opposite side, if you're a gamer, they've actually uploaded the ability of having a new Pokemon game and Super Mario Run, and those will be on the watch too.
Now, one of the biggest complaints that I've seen, and it's a complaint that many people have talked about, the speakers on the iPhone are on the bottom of the phone instead of the front. So if you're trying to watch Netflix or anything else, listening is very difficult.
Yeah, that is correct. They're working to enhance the speakers, but to be candid with you, the buzz before the announcement about the speakers being improved and being moved around was a greater buzz than the actual finished product. Let me just say one thing that is very cool for certain market people in the marketplace. The new iPhone 7 does have a dual camera lens. So literally you can find yourself in a situation where you can do a zoom photo of something out there as well as a regular distance shot, and the pixels are much greater. So although the speakers aren't great, the photography will be great.
All right. Thank you very much, Stephen. That is a San Diego State University marketing lecturer, Stephen Osinski, joining us on the KOGO.